Hey guys, it's Jack again. This is the second episode of the DeadFrontier series by me, obviously. Right, I'm gonna explain about the entire holdout and what's in it, things like that. Alright, so first of all we've got the bank. For example, I've just made this account and I've got $20 in the bank and I've got 110 in my pocket. And if you're a level 6 or above, that's not me, but if you're a level 6 or above, every time you die, you lose some money and sometimes some experience points. But you can't obviously hold that in the bank. So if you want to put it in the bank, obviously I don't need to yet, but just an example, just type in the how many dollars you want to put in, click deposit, and it's in. If you want to get some money out, typing it in, withdraw. Alright. So, alright, the storage, basically. When you go into the inner city, you've got a backpack. And, it can only fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 things in. Anyway, so if you've got some things and you want to put it somewhere safe and you can't fit it in your backpack, just put it in here. It's the storage. It costs 25 grand to buy 5 more slots, and that's a lot, I know. But whilst you're in the inner city, you can't go into the storage, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to click on it, but there'll be another episode on it. This is the arena. And this is a place where you can a building where you can actually fight real players instead of zombies. Right, the records. Well, this has got, for example, this information pretty much says this week there are top survivors and the top player kills. That's in the arena, and then there's the all-time, like top survivors, top player kills, top strongest, top richest, top recruiters. I'll tell you more about recruiting in a bit. Alright, just for an example, top survivors. The top survivor here is someone called Devil Jason. He's level 200. He's got a lot of experience. That's the top level you can get to. Decent guns, really decent guns. Probably best you can get. Good armor, things like that. And he's the top survivor. Like the gambling den, I'm not going to explain the entire game or anything or play it. But for example, if I bet 100, then and I got it all. If I got the answer right, I won't explain the game like I said. Probably doing that in another episode, or you could just figure it out for yourself because the writing's there. But if I bet 100, got it right, I'd get 200 in return. And you can bet between $100 and $100,000. Right, next is the yard. You can put things up for sale on DeadFrontier in the marketplace. Show you that later. Right, so this is the yard, like I was saying. And for example, if I wanted to sell something, beer for example, I'd drag it here, click it, drag it, and where it says scrap, are you sure it'll say, are you sure you want to scrap the beer for $15? I'll say yes, I'll get $15. But that's a cheap way to do it. You can sell them on the marketplace and get a bit more money. Right, the meeting hall. This has got news about it, and you can talk on it, things like that. It's got announcements, and this is where I'll tell you about recruitment. You can make a clan, like a little group of I don't know, looters or zombie killers. Alright, for example, clan discussion. This isn't where you join a clan, I don't think. Some clans, like it might be level 15 or over. That's just an advertisement, they come up a lot of the times. That's obviously the group. I'm not going to join it yet. That's the meeting hall. Now for the marketplace. You can buy things, obviously. You can sell things. I might put this up for sale for $10, and anyone can buy that. Not just the yard. The yard buys anything. No, I didn't scrap that. I sold it. Alright, then you can private trade. I'll tell you about that maybe in this or another episode. Right, buying armor. You can have armor and it protects you a lot more. You know, that's probably the best armor you can get. You got all sorts. You got military armors. You know, flat jackets, Kelva vests. On my old account, I had a Kelva vest. Right, melee weapons. You got things like baseball bats, knives, crowbars, and you know, all sorts. Chainsaws, you can have chainsaws. Pistols, you obviously know what they are. You know, you got like the one you start off with. That's probably the worst gun. That's probably one of the best guns, I'd say. The Alpha Ball, it's called. Right, rifles. They are very powerful and well, expensive, obviously. And well, this one isn't. This is only $170. These are things that other people are selling, not the game. But the ammo for rifles cost a lot. Same with shotguns. There are only a few types of shotguns that get cheap ammo. Here are some shotguns here. I used to have one called the Sega 20. I'll show you that. Looks a bit like a machine gun. Right, now on to machine guns, light machine guns to be precise. There are things like AK-47, Chicago Typewriter, FM Bow, and so on. Heavy machine guns, there aren't a lot of these. There are things like FM Mitrail, M60. That's basically it. Grenade launchers. The ammo for these costs quite a lot, and I mean a lot, and the actual launchers cost a lot, obviously. This one's rather cheap. That's probably the cheapest. Alright, handgun ammo. Most of these are cheap. No, you can get altogether you can fit 800 rounds in a packet for any of them. I've got 150 because you start off with 150 rounds. Oh, and by the way, light machine guns. I'm not sure if it's the case for heavy machine guns, but light machine guns, for example, the 9mm handgun bullets. They're not just for handguns; they're for light machine guns too. Rifle ammo. That's why I never buy a rifle. They cost loads. I mean, $7,100 for just 600. You can only fit 600 rounds in one of these. In a packet. Shotgun ammo. These usually cost quite a bit. I mean, 12 gauge cost a lot. You know, they cost in the thousands. But 20 gauge, they only cost hundreds. And for shotgun, you know, packets, you can only fit 400 rounds in. 400 shells, sorry. Right, for, well, any pretty much grenade, they're all grenades to fit in the grenade launchers. There's no types, just grenades. They cost quite a bit, well, not quite, but loads of money. For example, this one cost $7,249, and that's only for 200 rounds. Anyway, food. Some foods cost a lot, some don't. For example, baked beans, they cost $300. That's quite a bit. And then you got like beer, you know, only cost $50. Right, medical items. For example, if I'm on the last one, critical, then I definitely want to be healed. You can administer things like steri strips, bandages, and it makes it heal more. It does cost to administer. That's why I'm a doctor, I can do it for free. Clothing, you know what they are. You know, basically just jeans and You know, you can, it's a bit of a fashion game as well. You can buy what you want. There's hardly any clothes to buy though. Choose from. Coats. There's quite a few coats to choose from. Fur coats, bomber coats. Army jackets, desert camo. Headwear. Then you got things like bandanas, helmets, bobble hats, cowboy hats. I like them. I've never bought one though, but they look cool. Right, barricading basically. You buy a hammer. They actually cost a lot to buy. That's a claw hammer. And you buy some nails. Okay, and then you buy wood. And you can basically find any building. I think it's any building. Go up to it and barricade it, and it'd be sort of your building, your own territory. So that's barricading. Misc. Alright, you got large security box, for example, that preserves $5,000 on your death. Because like I said, if you don't put money in your bank and you're level 6 or over, you lose some of your money. And you got medium, that preserves $1,000. Just some old notebooks. Rusty key. I've never tried that. I wonder what it's for. Secrenom key. I'm guessing that'd let you into the Secrenom facility. A severed hand. A small security box that only preserves up to $250 when you die. Tattered pages. They're quite fun to read actually. Torn diary. I've read that as well. That's good. And then you got your extra large security box, and that will preserve up to $20,000 on your death. Right, services. Cooking. Right, this isn't just with cooking, but with services. For example, say if this is the crisps that I sold earlier, I would go up to here and drag it on that, and it would cost me $20, and I'd cook it, and then I'd eat it. And the reason you cook, you don't have to, but the reason that we cook is like, because if you just eat normally, then it won't, make you full. If you cook, God knows how, but it makes you nourished like I am. That's the topic I can get to. And, there's loads of different levels, like, for example, baked beans, I don't know, they might not be able to be cooked by chefs that are level 5, maybe 15. Level chefs that are level 15 or up. That goes with doctors like me, except it's not cooking, obviously. You say drag it there and you're healed, and there's different levels. Repair. You can have armor, like I said earlier, and you can repair on that. And like I said, there's different levels, and they cost more and more as you get different levels. Anyway, credits. I am going to be telling you more about that later on. And they cost a lot. Okay, so that's pretty much it on the marketplace. Right, inventory and equipment. You got your shirt, trousers, and you can have 3 weapons. If you want to discard something, not sell it or anything, just want to discard it, you can. And this is one of the places where you can administer. So if I had some steri strips and I wanted to be healed, instead of just dragging it on my character, because that's how you heal, eat, or whatever, I would drag it to there, and it would probably give me full health, or near full health, instead of just going up bit by bit. Messages, you get new messages. When you join, you get welcome to DeadFrontier, account security information, and I just sold my chips. Potato chips. Right, my profile, that tells you about stats and proficiencies. Right, for example, stats, you've got strength, endurance, agility, accuracy, critical hit, and reloading. Strength, how strong you are, obviously. Endurance, how long your health is. And then agility, how fast you run. If you're an athlete, you get 50 when you start, technically, because you get plus 25. Accuracy, it's all to do with, aiming with your gun, obviously. Critical hit. That gives you a more stronger. Right, anyway, so critical hit basically makes your attack more stronger, and it makes it more powerful. And you know, like it determines whether the zombie or whoever you're fighting dies in 1 hit or 2 hit. Or reloading, that's, you know, just the speed of your reloading skill. Right, proficiencies. Every weapon has a certain, you know, proficiency. For example, I might need 5 melee for a penknife, I'm not sure, and then 5 pistol skill for one of them. So you don't just need money, you need good proficiencies, because that determines what skill you have. You got melee, pistol, rifle, explosives, obviously grenade launchers, shotguns, machine gun. Alright, this is just, you know, details about you mainly. If you want to add a friend on, you just click edit buddies, type it in there. There's message options, profile information, account settings. That shows your stats, your posts and your summary. Your summary is basically that, you know, your profile. I think I said earlier that you start off with a better Tomcat, 150 rounds and a penknife. It means, alright, you need a certain skill, like in your profession. Like a fireman would have a fire axe, obviously one of them damaged fire axe, like I said in the last episode. And a soldier would have that machine gun, the Scorpion, SMG. A police officer, for example, would have the Massini shotgun. Right, I'm just gonna put this $15 in the bank. Right, next episode, I'll be going into the arena and the inner city to show you what the gameplay is actually like. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.